Actually, before we go to break, we want to get you some more information on this breaking news happening on westbound I-90 this morning near milepost 32 in North Bend right now. It sounds like we have connected with Washington State Patrol Trooper Rick Johnson on the phone for us this morning with more information on what is going on here. This multiple vehicle semi crash right now with injuries. Trooper, good morning. Are you there?
I am here.
All right. So from our vantage point, this looks like a mess. What can you tell us about this crash right now on westbound 90?
Well, it is a mess. And I think like Abby said, we don't experience these low temperatures, and so obviously the drivers, aren't used to it. But this is just, the conditions very, very slick. We have multiple semis, multiple vehicles. And we've got, the trooper called for as many tow trucks as possible for semis. So I think this is going to take a while. So we want people, if they can avoid traveling, anywhere toward the pass, whether it's west or eastbound, to delay if possible, because, well, first of all, you're going to be sitting in a huge backup westbound there near milepost 32, and that's a little lower than typical, because is where we shut it down for the eastbound side, and as you climb that hill, that's where the conditions can be more slippery in the past. But now with these cold temperatures, every road everywhere can have the potential of being slippery.
Yeah, Trooper, do we have any idea how long that you just mentioned? I mean, we've got people sitting in this backup who are right behind this collision here. Do we have any idea of how long that backup is at this point?
I don't. Department of Transportation may, have that information, but as far as the delay, what we're going to be doing is most likely bringing the tow trucks the wrong way, which speeds things up so they don't have to try to get through the backup. And obviously, we want to get this open as quickly as possible for commuters and for commercial vehicles. But first of all, obviously, we need to clear the road, and then the Department of Transportation can do their job, which they do very well, and make the roadway passable.
Absolutely. And when we talk about this collision here, when did this whole thing happen? How long ago did this occur?
I think it was about an hour ago, maybe. I'm not sure the exact time. And then, not too long before that, earlier this morning, we had, eastbound in that area have some issues with the roadway. So it's not a good time to travel over Snoqualmie Pass. So if you can delay. Otherwise, it's going to take a lot of time to get across the mountain.
Absolutely. I know that details are sort of still coming in right now. From what you've heard from these troopers on the scene, do you know how many semis and vehicles are involved in this, and maybe what the extent of any injuries are?
There's nothing. There are some injuries, from what I understand. I'm not sure how many. I know when someone calls for as many what we call Class C tows for semis as possible, I mean, there's not a whole lot of them, but we want to get them rolling, most likely from out of the area, because there's not many toward the pass tow companies. So that's just a preemptive. But I'm not sure how many. When I get those numbers, I'll push it out.
For sure, we appreciate that. What would you say? What would you say to drivers who might be stuck in something like this, or they're happening upon this on westbound I-90? Is there anything you guys can do at this point for people stuck in that backup, or is it just you're out of luck? You got to sit there and wait.
Well, I mean, there are other exits as you're coming westbound, and if it's going to be extended, we do. The best job we can if we need to turn people around and get them off the freeway to services, because in this weather, even more than ever, you need to have, blankets, make sure you have a full tank of gas, your vehicle's well maintained, because as it's cold like this, I mean, it can be, obviously something that is not a good situation if you're stuck in a backup and your car dies and it's, as cold as it is. So it's just, there's westbound, there's exit 34. Now the side roads are going to be busier, obviously, because the freeway is shut down. So we just suggest that if you don't need to travel in that area, don't travel. And if you do, make sure you're.
Trooper, this has to be kind of not what you want to see, of course, on a Thursday morning here, but with the expectation of more freezing rain coming up and, this is all over the roadways. How are you all preparing for what could be more of these types of incidents in the next 24 or so hours?
Well, we're always prepared for winter-like conditions this time of year. We're prepared to be extremely busy, like we have been since the snow started falling in the past days. We really need people to delay and not to travel if they don't have to. And one other point I want to make is that if you spin out and your vehicle gets stuck, stay in your because other cars be sliding, and the safest place is to stay in your vehicle. Give us a call, and we'll send help.
It's easy to underestimate the conditions as well. We're watching crews and drivers jump out of their rigs there, trying to walk around, and they're just slipping and sliding all over the place. So that gives you an idea of just how slick those roadways are right now.
Oh, absolutely. And with the temperatures as low as they are, side roads, even if the sun comes out, I mean, it's not going to be, it's not going to be easy to travel around the whole region.
Trooper Rick Johnson with the Washington State Patrol, we appreciate your time and all the hard work that you and the patrol are doing to keep our roads safe.
Wow.
Thank you.
Again, westbound 90 near milepost 32 in North Bend right now, closed right now. As we just heard from the trooper, multiple semis and vehicles involved in this crash. There are injuries at this point. We don't know for sure how many. But as the trooper mentioned, avoid this area as it's going to take a lot of time to get those tow trucks in and clear this scene. We'll be right back with more here on Good Day Seattle.